Okay, this is part 2 of the Mike Hitz interview. We sit down and talk to Mike Hitz about his music and how he stays in shape.
Alright, so today we're going to be doing part 2 of the Mike Hitz interview. And before we get started, Mike Hitz, I want to thank you for coming out.
Oh, good to be here.
Okay. Okay, so the first question we have for you is, how long have you been rapping?
Well, I've been rapping for about 2 years now. It started in, 2013?
Okay, that sounds good, So what inspired you to start rapping?
Well, I actually have a best friend, his name's Kevin Davis, KB, and he's a producer, and what it was is he had all these beats, and I just hopped on the beats. He was just like, man, I think it's time for you to get on those beats. So I just hopped on a couple beats, man, next thing you know, I was at it.
Okay, so the first project that you completed was called Pre-Game. What inspired you to create this album?
Well, at that point in my life, Pre-Game that's what we did before we went out. I would love to party. Don't party as much now, but I used to love to party. So what inspired is before we went out each night, we would, just get a whole bunch of drinks and pregame before we head out. So that's what it was.
So it was only right to have the title of the album.
It was only right because that was the part of my life where I was doing a lot of partying and whatnot. So it was a part of my life that I needed to be shared with the world. So
okay, that's cool. Okay, so I checked out the Limit video. What was the whole concept behind the whole Limit video?
Well, like I said, we used to drink a lot before we go out to the, to the clubs, to the parties and whatnot. I basically made a song talking about me drinking and getting on that level. It's kind of like just reaching that maximum level before you start to turn up and whatnot. Okay.
The next question I have is, if you were to cross over to any other genre of music, what would it be?
Probably maybe pop, because I feel like that's where rap is going now. So I would probably go in that direction. Now you see a lot of pop culture, pop artists, now they're collabing with rap artists. So most likely pop, because I feel like that's where it's at right now.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see that quite often. A lot of hip hop artists collabing with pop artists and stuff, and coming up with some pretty good hits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next question, I want to ask you, if you could describe hip hop in one word, what would it be?
Hip hop. Let's see. Hip hop would be awesome, amazing. I think that's where, like I said, most of the genres of different types of music, I feel like it's going towards rap, because I feel like hip hop / rap, that's what's taking over now.
Yeah. A lot of hip hop. You see it everywhere. You see hip hop through clothing. You see hip hop, of course, in music, just the whole culture. Hip hop is really taking over. If you could do a collab with anybody, who would it be?
Probably Wiz Khalifa. Because Wiz Khalifa, he has his hands in just everything, and different types of music, man. And all different types of people listen to his music, not just, just black or white. It's kind of like everybody who can ever relate to his music, they can just relate. So, yeah.
Okay. If you could describe your sound, I know you already said the first project was more of a party type project, or it was more like pre-game party, but if you could describe your sound as a whole, how would you describe the sound of your music?
As a whole, I would say like T-Pain / because I do a couple songs with auto-tune, so I would say like a T-Pain / turn up with Wiz and Juicy J type style. And well, for my first album, I was kind of going in that direction, like Juicy J and Wiz Khalifa, because that's like party music type stuff. But I would definitely still put them in the equation, just because their style of music is like turn up. So yeah, them. Just any artist that you can think of that focuses mainly on like turning up and just having a good time, party music.
Okay. Who would you say your target audience is for your music?
Basically, I wouldn't put it in a category, just anybody that can relate to my music. I would definitely just say just anybody, any and everybody that can relate to anything that I've experienced or whatever.
So where do you see the future of Mike Hitz as far as music, just the whole 9 yards? What do you see in the future?
Well, I see good things to come. I'm gonna continue making more music and continue having my hands in different activities, whether it's performing or in the studio. And I want to mix up this the fitness with it as well. And that would be a good look to have, you know, science, fitness, Mike Hitz, just, you know, collab, you know.
Yeah, that sounds like we could definitely make something happen. And I know the viewers got a chance to see part 1 of the whole interview and how Mike Hitz actually stays in shape and stuff. And it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed that. So definitely we should definitely do some collaborations in the future as well. So since we're on that page, let's go ahead and move on to questions more pertaining to fitness. And I want to ask you a few fitness questions. The first question is, how long have you been working out?
Oh man, probably in high school I started, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a daily routine like it is for me now. Mm-hmm. But I started in high school, and honestly I only started because it was a class I had to do. It was weightlifting class, so that's the only thing that really got me started. But once I started, it was a wrap. Mm-hmm. It was a wrap.
Okay, the next question is, are you taking any supplements, and if so, what kind?
I am taking some supplements, no steroids. I'm not taking steroids, so y'all can stop asking me, am I taking steroids? Because the answer is no. But I do take BCAA. I change up the BCAAs I use, just like I change up all my pre-workouts. I change them up every time, you know, like when I go back to the GNC or wherever I buy my products, I'll ask the lady at the counter, I'm like, is this a good pre-workout? Or, you know, I'll ask for their recommendation and then I'll just go with it. But so some pre-workouts that I go to more frequently than others. Okay. So I also take that, and I take multivitamins. The one I can name off the bat is Animal Pack. I take Animal Pack. I think that's a good it's a good multivitamin to take. The only downfall about it is they just have so many pills, but I take that, and sometimes I take creatine. I actually cycle off my creatine now, but I take creatine when whenever, you know. But right now, like I said, I'm cycling off of it.
Okay. How many days a week do you usually work out?
Try to get in there at least 5 days a week, and when I have my off days, it's usually on just, you know, days when I really just don't feel like going. But I try to get in there 5 days a week at least. I don't get in there less than 5.
Less than 5? Oh, yeah, that's about how many days I get in there now. Next question I have is, what is your most favorite muscle to work out, and what's your least favorite muscle group to work out?
My favorite is either shoulders or biceps, because that's the first thing a girl notices when she sees you, is those big old arms. So I'll probably have to say biceps for sure. And the least is legs. Nobody likes leg day. Nobody. So
yeah, leg day is pretty rough. So the next question, are you maintaining a certain diet, and if so, what kind of diet are you're going by?
I try to eat healthy. Now, when I say try, I try to eat breakfast every morning. I get a good breakfast every morning because I believe that's the most important meal that you need to have, is that breakfast. It gets you through the day. And what I like to eat is, you didn't ask me that, but
you can answer.
I like to eat, man. I love to eat like oatmeal. You used to not like oatmeal, I like oatmeal, and that's really good for you. So I eat oatmeal in the morning. Throughout the day, I try to eat fish. I try to eat fish and seafood. I like seafood. I don't eat a lot of red meat though. But sometimes if I crave a steak, I'll go get a steak.
Oh yeah, a good amount of protein source from a lot of those steaks. For the last question, do you have any advice for any new gym goers as far as like things to do or just the mentality to keep?
Stay persistent. You gotta stay persistent, because if you're not persistent, you won't ever grow. So you gotta stay persistent. Don't get in there for a week and then, you know, quit. You gotta keep going, because that persistency is what makes me and this guy right here look good.
Okay, well thank you Mike for joining us today, and that's pretty much it. Definitely y'all stay tuned. We'll have a lot more coming up in the future. We have episode 5 coming up. Episode 5 is going to be a meal prep, so definitely stay tuned for that, and we're signing off. I'm your host, Bruce Williams, and this is Science Fitness. Let's go.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us on Science Fitness today.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that was a great workout with Mike Hitz.
Bitch, you guessed it.
I do a couple warm-up exercises before I start my body. Well, damn. Blah.
But before we go, I want to go ahead and show Mike's new hit,
Okay, next time on Science Fitness, we'll be back in the kitchen and I'm bringing along my good friend John Carson. But before we do all that, make sure you check out episodes 1 through 4. And oh yeah, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm your host, Bruce Williams, and this is Science Fitness. Let's go.
Science Fitness.